Okay, next little tidbit: Xbox at Gamescom. For those of you not familiar with Gamescom, what is Gamescom, Joe Raptor?
It's the biggest gaming convention in the world in terms of the amount of people that go there. Like, of course, I'm not counting like PAX and stuff because that's way more going on. But like, really only focused on games. Obviously, they have like a merch stand and stuff like that. But it's like really mostly focused on, hey, you come here to play games. And I think there are like 100,000 people in total, probably more. But it's like insanely huge. It's like multiple days. It starts on Wednesday, which like a media only day, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have like the public days. And yeah, if you like look up any images or videos, you know what I'm talking about. It's like crazy. Like you're cramped. It's after they like it's like with COVID, we were like not used to be close to people. This like the complete opposite. You're hugging strangers all the time, basically. And yeah, you want to play a game, but then you see, oh whoa, this like a line is like 6 hours. I'm not really selling it. I have
It
been lucky
sounds
enough.
horrible.
I've been lucky enough to. It's more like community for people. Like there are a lot of cosplayers, of course. You go there with your friends. You do see the cool booths, and it's just cool to kind of see what type of games are coming out. But just don't expect to be able to play them, or you're probably like standing in line for like a beta that is already out. That like what they did for Call of Duty, for example, was that okay? You could like stand in line 8 hours for a Call of Duty beta that would happen the weekend after that you could just play at home. Stuff like that. So, yeah, these things have kind of changed. They do like Xbox is now bringing some cool stuff though, and as said, I've been lucky enough because they do have like a completely separate media area. So even during the public days, you can just go to this media area, and if you have then appointments, you can just like go behind closed doors and yeah, be in a chill room, talk to developers and stuff. So it's really nicely organized for business, but for yeah, I would not recommend going there if you if you were just going there for fun. Unless like for people in Germany, they probably like live close by or something. They're
Yeah,
like,
it's
let's
kind of
hop
like
on.
E3 in 2019 when I went, right before they shut it down and everything. Um, it was like being pitched as being, I don't know what you'd say it, just like non-industry friendly. Like you could just come in and then as a gamer, it was going to be friendly and enjoyable to you. But that was just like a total lie. Like the lines were insane. You might be able to play one game a day, and that was for like a 5-10 minute demo. And it was just kind of miserable. The entire thing was clearly built for media and devs, but mostly media, to hang out and to create content, which is why they literally had a second floor. I don't know if Gamescom does that, but a lot of the booths have a second floor in the Los Angeles Convention Center. And on that second floor, it's like a balcony that overlooks the whole show floor. And you can just like look out and chill. There's snacks up there. You meet like YouTubers, streamers, whatever up there. But all of the the normies have to walk around on the floor like a bunch of peasants. It just was really distasteful. I went as a regular gamer and I was like, there's literally like people in an ivory tower up there, like that we don't get to interact with. It
And
was
sometimes they throw like a snack down, so like
yeah,
people.
they're like, you can have my Cheetos, and then they
Yeah,
sprinkle
yeah,
it down. Yeah,
yeah.
it just left a weird taste in my mouth. But
No, I
anyway,
totally get that. Gamescom has been doing this for ages now, so they kind of know. And if you go there, you kind of know what you're getting into. E3 was like, we have to like we're not sustainable as a media event, so we have to bring in people. But then you had everyone, yeah, suddenly having to completely change their like it's completely different to have like yeah regular people versus like media that brings like a writing like that wants to make notes, that wants to talk to people. Like that's completely different than yeah having like a line and stuff for yeah for
yeah,
people that just go there for fun. So but the Gamescom has been better with that, and I usually try to avoid the show floor anyways. But they do have like a big like last year I heard it was not that big. Like before COVID it was huge, but then of course people started to realize I don't need to spend a lot of money on a show floor, and yeah, and just do a direct or something, and it will be fine. But now Xbox is bigger than ever. back. They will have 30 titles across 150 stations. Okay, that sounds like a lot, but okay, 150 stations for, like I said, tens of thousands of people. That's not a lot at
That's
all.
not a lot.
Like,
Yeah.
no. You're gonna see like signs saying, if you stand here, you're gonna wait for 5 hours.
Yeah.
So there will be photo ops, experiences, and a specially constructed 300-seat theater. Like, these theaters were actually nice because they had like a 15-minute sort of window. More people could sit there. You had a higher chance of getting in. But yeah, they will have one for Starfield and Forza Motorsport. But then it's always a coin flip. What are they going to show? Like, is it something that will be dropped as a trailer the next day? Or is it something like... Is it someone from Bethesda playing a mission or something? That could be cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, they will have that as well. And the games that you can actually try and play there: Stalker 2, Payday 3, which will launch a few weeks later on Game Pass. The Phantom Liberty DLC for Cyberpunk. I'm trying to get in there because I'll be going to 2 days this year. So I'll be trying getting my hands on the Phantom Liberty DLC. And Armored Core 6 will also be playable, although that's coming out like a few days later. So
Yeah.
but I still think people will be like happy that they can play that. They have some other smaller games as well, but it's pretty cool that they are going back there full force. While in Europe, Xbox is way smaller than PlayStation, and Sony is not going to be there.
Yeah. It's refreshing to see Xbox take this kind of thing really seriously and try to be a large presence in the community. And I love this kind of thing. You know, it's always frustrating when you're a gaming fan and you go to something like this and then it's only like mobile games or Genshin Impact with a new skin is there and you can play that, but nothing that you really want to see is there. So the fact that they're coming out swinging with some pretty big titles, even titles that they don't have direct involvement in, they'll seemingly be hosting as part of their show in their theaters and stuff. Yeah. That's really cool. And it bears in mind, like, it's what drives me crazy. People, I saw somebody on Twitter was saying, rumor, which is funny because they just say rumor as if that means that you should take it seriously. But they say rumor, Sony to buy CD Projekt Red and make the next Witcher games exclusive and all this. And I'm like, if anything, CDPR has a much better relationship with Xbox. Like, and they have for years. They announced Cyberpunk 2077 with Keanu on stage at the Xbox show. Like, they've got the relationship there. And to see them also buddy with From Software is crazy too. It's just, all told, it's really, really cool to see them.
That's more Bandai Namco though, the Armored Core stuff, I would imagine.
I guess technically,
but and you have to remember that Sony delisted Cyberpunk from their PlayStation Store for like 6 months. Yeah. So they have like a pretty poor relationship, I would imagine.
That's why it's so funny that people are like, yeah, now they're gonna swoop in and be best friends. It's just like, guys, what are we talking
money
about?
Can solve everything. I mean, maybe money can, I don't know, but like I do think like it is a solid pickup if you can pick up CDPR, because especially like bringing them under a sort of exclusive like a console brand, they still have like some I mean, we will see with the Phantom Liberty DLC if people are still going to be like, oh, I'm not going to play it because Cyberpunk sucked at launch. But I still think that having like the Xbox exclusive mark or PlayStation exclusive mark will have people forget even more easily. But
yeah, it's a huge grab if they can do it. But as we've said before, like, they have never, as far as I've seen, expressed interest in being acquired. And as we saw with Vivendi and Ubisoft back in like 2014, if a company doesn't want to be acquired, that becomes what's known as a hostile takeover, and those get real messy real quick. And especially if you're talking about like huge companies trying to acquire each other, or a big company try to acquire a little one through a hostile takeover, regulators get involved at that point. It just gets real nasty real quick. So I would not expect anything like that. He took my thing.